Okay, class. Now I'd like for you to turn to your elbow partner, and I'd like for you to come up with a definition of what you think a life cycle is. I'll give you just a few moments to talk it over. Okay, well, I've heard some responses, and the most popular response I've heard is baby, child, teenager, and then adult. Well, that is correct for a human's life cycle. Now let's switch our thinking to the life cycle of an insect. I'm looking for the word that most students will associate with a caterpillar's changes. Yes, metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. The definition: the stages an organism goes through in their life. If you look to the left, this picture shows the life cycle of a butterfly. There are 4 stages in a butterfly's life cycle. The first stage of a butterfly's life cycle is the egg. Some eggs can be as small as a millimeter, and almost all are yellow or green. So, eggs hatch in a few days, while others can take up to months. The second stage of a butterfly's life cycle is larva. Once a caterpillar hatches out of an egg, it eats, and eats. They often eat the eggshell it was born in and the plant it was laid on. In order to grow, caterpillars must shed their skin. Most caterpillars do this 4 to 5 times in a 2-week period. A chrysalis is the third life cycle of a butterfly. Caterpillars spin silken threads in which form the chrysalis. They can be in a chrysalis for weeks before emerging a butterfly. Inside, the creature is undergoing amazing chemical changes. The final stage of the life cycle is the adult. The adult butterfly breaks out of the chrysalis. Its wings are soft, so the butterfly begins to pump blood throughout the wings. Within about a half hour, the exoskeleton hardens. The task now is to find a mate. All right, boys and girls, it's time for us to have a little bit of fun. So let's stand up, stretch our arms out, and get ready to listen to this really fun song titled Butterfly Stages. Okay, students, now we're going to work on our models of complete and incomplete metamorphosis. I'm going to give you these supplies. First, you need to divide your plate into 4 quadrants, and then you're going to use these supplies to create one of each stage. And then at the end, I want you to number the stages and also write the stage next to the number. Below are 2 examples of insects that go through complete metamorphosis. We have the moth and also the beetle. Alright, boys and girls, now that we've reviewed complete metamorphosis, now let's take a look at incomplete metamorphosis. The definition of this is in which an insect hatches from an egg and then goes through several nymph stages. Each nymph stage looks like a smaller version of the adult, but getting slightly bigger with age. At the final nymph stage, the insect then molts into the adult form. So as you can see here on the left, this is a grasshopper. Started as an egg, then went to a nymph, then 4 to 7 weeks later turned into just a larger version of itself. So it's the adult grasshopper now. Okay, students, this is going to be your model for incomplete metamorphosis. I want you to divide your plate up into 3 sections,
and label each stage, just like we did in our complete metamorphosis. And I also want you to, under the number, write what each stage is.
Now we have two examples of an incomplete metamorphosis. On the left we have a praying mantis, and on the right we have a cockroach. Some vocabulary terms from this lesson: complete metamorphosis, incomplete metamorphosis, larva, pupa or chrysalis, nymph, life cycle. A few misconceptions on metamorphosis are: only insects go through metamorphosis. Well, we have learned that metamorphosis also happens in animals. Most amphibians also go through metamorphosis. Another misconception: butterflies are in cocoons. But a butterfly pupa forms a chrysalis while a moth's pupa forms a cocoon. Okay, let's review. What's different and what's similar about complete and incomplete metamorphosis? Raise your hand if you can tell me something that's different. Yes. Complete metamorphosis consists of 4 stages, while incomplete consists of only 3. That's great. That's one difference. Now, who can tell me something that's similar? That's correct. They both start with an egg. Good job.